A couple of you asked me to do more regular, like, gender and sexuality themed videos, but I didn't really know where to go next. I feel like the videos are gonna get really long, and unless people are, like, really interested in one, like, specific things, I don't really know what exactly you want to see. A couple more, like, suggestions of more specific things would be awesome, because I will definitely, you know, take them and run with them. So I did a video about fanfiction and why it's actually not the stereotypical, like, oh, like a 14-year-old girl wrote that. 14-year-old girls can't write. I already did a video about that, so I will link that in the description. But I feel like it needs expanding on. So one specific thing in fanfiction is shipping. The popular idea of it is that it's all gay. It's really not. A lot of people ship, like, hetero characters, and a lot of people ship canon characters, which are characters that are actually together in the books. Since I was like 8 or 9, before I even knew what shipping was, before I really even knew what queerness was, I shipped Draco and Harry, I shipped Ron and Hermione, and I think that's it. I still do. And I'm 19, I had to think about it. In my 11 years of shipping, I have noticed some things and reactions that I'm gonna talk about. So one of the most common reactions to people queer shipping is that, well, they're not gay in the books, so that doesn't make any sense. I'd just like to point out that that completely ignores the point of shipping. The definition of shipping is that you like two characters being together. So really, you just look kind of stupid and like a homophobe if you're just gonna sit there and say, like, oh, they can't be together because they're not gay in the books. Like I said in my fanfiction video, and even if an author says, like, yes, my characters are exclusively heterosexual, it doesn't matter, because, like, you wrote the characters and people are going to see fit to do whatever they would like to do with it. Another comment that I hear a lot is that queer shipping is sexualizing young characters. Not all fanfiction or, like, shipping or fan art or whatever is sexual. People get away with writing a lot of, like, straight shipping fanfictions, fan art, songs, all kinds of things, and it's not looked at as, like, sexualizing them. I'm not just talking about Harry Potter in this video, but obviously I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I speak for more than myself when I say that, yes, it was cool that J.K. Rowling said that she's always thought of Dumbledore as gay, but, like, even the way she phrased it is like, I always thought of him as gay, but she never thought of, like, including that in the books at all, which wouldn't have been very distracting. She gets a little bit more credit than she deserves for that statement. Because people took that statement of hers and assumed that he was automatically, like, a pedophile and, like, extremely sexual, just shows how our society thinks of gay people. I think that's where a lot of backlash of shipping comes from, because, like, assuming characters are gay or, like, hoping that they are is, like, terrible and sexualizing and, like, oh my god, what is it teaching kids? Sexuality exists? There's nothing wrong with hoping or wishing that characters are queer. There's a large lack of them in mainstream media. There's nothing wrong with shipping. Not all shipping is sexual. I also think that, yes, it's cool when queer shipping leads people to more actively supporting queer rights, but I think when you go in public and hold up signs that say, like, do it for Dumbledore, John Locke can get married now or something, I think that's a little too much, because you're sort of, like, trivializing it, and there are real people who would like to get married but can't. I'm not trying to tell you how to think about these things, I'm just telling you to think about them. I also think it's interesting that, like, people thought it was obvious that Dumbledore was gay because of his fashion sense. Like, and a lot of people were like, oh, he wore high-heeled boots. Yeah, oh my god, how did I not see that earlier? I'm like, really? Really? Stop judging people for liking queer shipping, because you look nasty.